I know what you're thinking. Installing crown molding yourself? No way. But I think you can do it. The crown molding is so pretty. It's kind of huge. It's gigantic, but it's gonna go at an angle like this on the ceiling, how crown molding usually does. So it's not gonna look as huge once it's up there. I had my neighbor hold it up to the ceiling so I can make sure it wasn't gonna be too big. It's also made out of foam, so it should be very easy to cut, and it's super lightweight. I'm super excited to figure out how to put this up. I'm working with Akina Millwork, and their stuff is amazing. I actually could not cut this crown without a saw this big, because this is huge. I mean, it's big as my head. So anyways, this goes like this on the ceiling. Like, this part goes against the ceiling, this part goes against the wall, and you nail it in right here, nail it in right here. When you're cutting crown on the miter saw, you cut it upside down. When you cut crown, cut it upside down. Just remember that. It rhymes. It's easy. This goes right here. I made a little stop for it, so it holds it exactly at this angle. If you can see that. You want to cut it at an angle like that, and then it'll cut it perfectly. At this point, it took a little bit of trial and error to figure out where to start the cut on the crown molding. As you can see, the miter saw slides back and forth, but eventually I got it right. This crown is made from polyurethane, and it cuts like butter. I got this first piece of crown in with no problem at all. I used my 18 gauge nailer to put it up. This was the only normal corner in the room, which is why I started with it, but it turned out not to be as easy as I thought. As you can see here, either my cut wasn't straight, the placement of the crown on the wall and ceiling weren't straight, I'm not really sure, but I got frustrated because I had all these weird angles to go, so I called in backup. I have the most amazing neighbors, and my next door neighbor came over to help me install this before I threw the crown out the window. This took us hours, but we got it all installed. Luckily, this crown is super flexible and easy to work with. I've worked with wood crown before, and it just doesn't give as easily as this polyurethane crown does. Once it was installed, I filled the gaps and caulked everything and then got it painted. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but look how amazing it turned out. This room wouldn't have been the same without the crown, so I'm glad that we figured out how to install it. We had lots of hiccups along the way, but thanks to an amazing friend, we figured it out. Would you ever try installing crown yourself?